Welcome to CJ vs. AJ. I am CJ.
And I'm AJ.
And we are doing a Let's Watch. This is a TV show in Canada called Uh-Oh. It was a YTV television show, which it's basically a game show in which kids competed in contests in order to win prizes, and they'd suffer various punishments, like covered in goop, which was the big thing of the show. Like that was the grand punishment. And
I remember a show like that on Nickelodeon when I was a kid.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the one that you're talking about. I don't know.
I can't remember the name of it either. I remember you could buy the slime in like little capsules to like play with.
Alright, so basically this was a big sort of show for kids because it seems like everybody knew somebody who had a family member who competed on this show. It was like you never directly knew anybody. It was just like, oh, my friend went on this show or something. But it was like, this guy's cousin went on the show and competed and won like a video game or something like that.
Is this just because Canada has such a small population compared to America that eventually somebody had to be on it and it had to be someone knew?
I always expected that it was, or suspected, that it was one of those cases where kids just like, oh, I have a family member who works at Nintendo, and they just sort of made it up because it was like the cool thing. But yeah, it was just one of those like, oh, how did you get on that show? And sort of like, it was one of those mysteries as a kid. The internet wasn't huge back when I was younger, so it wasn't just you can go online and figure out like how to get on there. Just randomly slime some kid in the audience. Can you imagine like the waiver on this? Like, your kids might get injured, they might get blinded. So that's the grand prize. Whoop-de-doo.
To a kid, like, a really good bike is, like, amazing. Well, to a kid that isn't fat like we were.
A portable CD player. Your parents will love this.
That's actually a pretty cordless telephone for, like, the time, it's like, ooh, look, it's cool, it's kind of, like, see-through and purple.
I think my mother has that right now. But yeah, I believe this was the season finale, or the final episode of the show, something like that. This was, like, a significant one, or at least that's what it was called when I found it online.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. Fuck me. He just continues to inappropriately touch children. But, like, can you imagine being a kid, like, how exciting this all is? Like, the adults have, what was that show that Jim Carrey hosts now? Wheel of Fortune.
Jim Carrey hosts that?
Yeah. Oh, not Wheel of Fortune. What's the one Bob Barker used to do?
The Price is Right?
Yeah, Price is Right. The one where you spin the big wheel. Yeah, Jim Carrey hosts that now.
Okay, that seems like a really weird fit.
Basically what I'm saying is this is the kids' version of that, where everything's shiny and colorful.
And guess what, Sabrina?
I don't know, it looks very similar to a lot of the, like, Nickelodeon stuff from when I was little. It's just sort of like, what was the word? Disgust-based, I guess. It's sort of like, oh, if you don't get it right, you'll get something nasty thrown in your face, or whatever, which is a very kid thing.
You did not even allow me to answer the uh-oh question. You talked right over it. I was waiting to, like, jump in. I would have got it wrong anyway.
I'm very sorry, baby.
Yeah, you should be. There's trivia stuff in here. You should like it. You love trivia games.
It seems to be about Canada. I'm not gonna know any of it.
They seemingly are booing the black kids. I wonder if that's a racist thing, or you have to compete in multiple games or whatever to like continue on. So I'm guessing they're players from like a previous episode.
Teach my pet chicken to swim, okay? But unfortunately, 5 of his feathers fell into the pool. Unfortunately, what I need you to do is dive in there and find them so I can fix his whatever that is. I guess a tail. You can do that.
So essentially, every game involves getting completely dirty or whatever.
I wish I could remember the name of the game show that I'm trying to think of that was like this as a kid, where you had to like wade into a pool of custard and that sort of stuff.
I'm not seeing where this is difficult. It's like, jump into a waist-high bit of water and pull out feathers. Do you like the advertisements on the back of their shirt, Fruit Gushers?
Oh, I didn't see. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you only got 4. No points
Well,
for the
there
green
you go.
team.
You were saying it's not hard.
Yeah, he's an idiot. One of the interesting things that some people may or may not know about is that, at least in Canada, you legally cannot advertise towards children. The way around, I could be slightly wrong here, but it's like, you cannot, like, you know commercials where it's just like, it used to be like, oh, tell your parents you want this for Christmas and stuff.
I guess.
Those are illegal here in Canada. The way around
There's
that...
a lot illegal here in Canada.
Yeah. The way around that is you have to advertise to the parents. So a channel like YTV, when they do, like, they sell their advertisements, they'll be like, oh, this is what the audience is. Alright, hold on.
Literal translation of Kung Fu. Kick to defend, leisure time, sneeze war, or watch out for my...
It's gotta be Kick to Defend.
Kick to defend.
Kick to defend? No, it's leisure time.
What?
I'm sorry, you're wrong.
Seriously?
I guess.
Kung Fu is a form of Chinese boxing that involves karate-like kicks and jumps in an acrobatic form, Punisher.
Why don't you try and kick this goo around?
Well, shit, I just learned something new.
Is this guy supposed to be Kane or something?
That's like the only wrestling guy you know, the mask. Mankind, maybe? I think he's just supposed to be like a Punisher, sort of like executioner. But as I was saying, the way it's sort of pitched is sort of like, oh, parents watch these shows with their kids and stuff like that. So when you have like a product, like when it says Fruit Gushers on the back, it's not supposed to be to the kids, oh, go get Fruit Gushers. It's supposed to be with parents, like, oh, kids like Fruit Gushers. There's certain things you can advertise to, I think, 13 to like 18 as like a younger audience or whatever, but it can never be kids.
Canadian laws are A, stupid, and B, vague so that, you know, they can catch you doing shit without actually having to write it into the law.
Yeah.
I really hate the legal system here.
That's in reference to the fact that a lot of laws in Canada are just completely vague, as she had said. Specifically, there's a thing here, like in America, it's just like, oh, you can have guns on you, you can carry them around like in the open or hidden if you have a permit and stuff like that. Here, anything that could be utilized as a weapon is illegal. If the police can rationalize that you have keys in your pocket and you intended to use them as a weapon, or possibly to defend yourself, you can be charged as if that was a weapon.
The legal system here is set up just for a fascist state waiting to happen. I mean, anytime they decide to flip that switch and just start prosecuting for nothing, they totally can. It's all in place.
Essentially. For example, during the G20, when all like the politicians and shit were here, they had like initiated some sort of like police state law thing where they could just pull you over and start like arresting you or detaining you whenever they wanted to for any reason. They didn't tell anybody about it, and they just started doing it. So people were going downtown to like protest or see what was going on, and they were just getting arrested in the street, let alone like the black bloc and stuff that were actually protesting and like destroying shit. But yeah, they do things like that constantly, where it's just like, this is a law that's in place, we're not going to tell you about it, figure it out, and it's supposed to sort of like scare you into like not doing things just because you aren't actually aware of the rules. I didn't actually catch this kid's was.
Oh, I'm sorry, you forgot the, I guess, brains. No points for the green team, Wink.
They should totally bring this show back.
Forget the brains at home. You can't get your work done. All right, let's go.
Look at that fucking guy's hair.
You got 20 points.
He looks like some sort of weird zombie Elvis or something.
That's probably what he's supposed to be.
You might even be tied for the lead with 50 points right here. Round the wheel goes, and it's going to
Another
land
uh-oh.
on
I wonder if this game was ever rigged.
You could be tied for the lead going into the second
I don't know
round.
what the
Here's your
difference
question.
is. I don't
You
know.
get messy either way.
What caused over 20 million
I mean, it's
deaths
like,
in
uh-oh,
1918?
mayhem,
The plague.
whatever.
The Boer War, the plague.
Oh no, wait,
influenza,
1918.
Or non-stop Charleston competition.
Influenza.
What was the first one?
The what caused whatever amount of deaths in 19
You're
whatever.
absolutely wrong. It's
Ha.
influenza, Shoshana.
Got one right. I wouldn't be slimed.
100,000 of these deaths in 1918 were in North America, Punisher.
Look out below, because this will sure make you sick.
I wonder what that stuff actually is. Just water, custard, and food dye,
It's
probably.
probably like some corn flour in there to make it thick, and or cornstarch here in the West. I say the West, like Britain isn't the West. Anyway, and some dye and shit. It's probably nothing else to it.
Future grand prizes include the Yamaha CRW F1 CD recorder. And this year,
Ooh, exciting.
videos and photos.
Fucking hell, these prizes.
When was this?
90s?
Like late 90s?
I don't know exactly. It went on for a couple years. I was like a young kid, so it had to be mid-90s.
Well, back then, these would still be good prizes.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like a portable CD player would have been like $100, $200 back then.
Yeah. I mean, I was like still listening to CDs and stuff in the late 90s, so...
Would you compete on this show if you had the opportunity?
Fuck no.
No?
Let's join the gang for the field game.
I don't know, that would be awesome to me.
Hi, Wink. I'm having a great time here at camp.
He sings it.
I got bitten by a snake in
Look
the
at his
outhouse.
fucking hair. That can't
That's
be real.
weird.
Some poison
You
ivy
can
in
see
my
his
shorts.
like natural hair under the edges.
And did I mention I tipped 10 canoes? I love summer camp. And I think you will
Oh,
too.
God,
In a
shut
game
up.
we like to call... That's right.
You have a little bit of, like, coherency in that.
Swimming in the swimming hole. More like a marsh, actually. Jump in anyways. Find your water wings and put them on. Protect yourself from...
I like how, like, instead of just, like, explaining the game as, like, oh, you know, this is what you do, it's gonna be that sort of showy voice, you know what I mean? And the fucking camera can't stay still, it keeps, like, tilting to the sides.
I think this is all supposed to be kiddie. This is what kids like. Big voices that sound like they're overacted and just like random, strange bullshit.
Oh, these Kaibos have not been pumped in a while, so you're gonna help.
Poopy
But I put my
plumbing.
flashlight in there. You gotta help me get that out.
You're loving
Dig
this,
in
shut
here
up.
with your hands. Then you're gonna want to disinfect with these whippy disinfectants. That's right. Sit on them.
As a
with
kid,
your
you
butt.
don't really
Head on up to
know
the finish line.
better.
Oh, and,
I mean, you
don't
watch
forget your
this stuff
flashlight.
and it's just entertaining because, I don't know, it seems fun somehow. As you get older and you look back at it, you're like, oh my god, this is unbearable.
Kick their butts! I'm talking to I'm gonna cream them!
Horrible promos. Really bad dancing.
Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah. So basically, like, these are all corresponding to, like, they guess which team's gonna win and they get points based on
You
it.
get the big goose egg, not a Nihi Zero Zelcha get Jack squat. And while you're voting, let's see what the field game players are playing for.
Field game winners enjoy
The calling pink. I used to think pink was really fucking attractive. I guess because I just like that punk girl look. So, like, the tattoos, the pink hair, and stuff like that. And she was actually a really good singer as well.
She's not unattractive.
With an onboard computer system, Airhawk RC Junior has seen the master of the sky.
I'd want one of those.
By far,
Really?
by far.
I think it's very much a boy thing.
Bring gender into it. It'd be fun.
So on the floor, let's see who chose what. Red shows yellow, green shows orange, and blue shows purple. Everybody's
I mean, I
different.
liked
Back to
like
championship
boy
goes
stuff,
Ryan.
like tools and shit, but some stuff like that I just was never interested in.
I don't know, I've always, like, been open to the possibility of, like, going on reality TV and just competing in various games, like the Japanese sort of, like, extreme game show type stuff. I just think it would be intensely fun to, like, compete and actually try.
Mayhem here. It's mayhem. What's going on?
As a kid watching stuff like this, I never really thought about it, but I'm just listening to the sounds they put in. So, like, they put the shaving cream or whatever on their head, and you have the sort of noise that they've just added to make it seem disgusting.
Open up the toilet, got, like, a squeaky sound and stuff.
Purple drop in them as well. And now they gotta go through these dunnings, as the Australians like to call them. Oh, totally forget it. Yellow totally getting ahead of himself.
Please, one at a time.
That's a kid show, what can you expect?
They've gotta be searching through the toilet. Gotta find the flashlight.
Look, why are the kids so excited in the background there? They're jumping up and down like they're fucking doing things. It's like, can you not just stay still? Look at these fucking, like, mosh pitters in the back.
They're kids. I mean, to them it's like really exciting to watch someone get covered in crap.
They're going along, they're Try to disinfect as quickly.
It'd be funny if it was actual crap. Like they just got a bunch of like horse manure from like a nearby farm, and they're just like, guys, jump down on the toilet, and it just sprayed all the kids in like crap. You can just see like the first time they get squirted, they'd be all jumping around and cheering and moshing and celebrating, and then they're gonna pause and be like, wait, this smells, what is this? And they're gonna realize it's real crap, and then they get squirted again, you see them all just take off. That would be amazing. More kids should be covered in crap. Can we make that a reality show?
Sure.
And a nice camping win for yellow. All right.
When we get really big on YouTube, we'll do that.
Okay. We'll just have like our own little online like video YouTube reality show.
And we'll just like throw horse crap at kids.
Yeah. Fuck it, let's do that anyway. Let's just like, we've got a dog and a cat, let's start collecting bags of shit. And we'll just record us whipping it off of our balcony. We'll call it a reality show, and like when they get hit down below, like you know those YouTube pranks where people like walk up and they'll steal food or they'll pretend to steal like their cell phone or something, and then when they're just about to get their ass kicked or something, they're like, dude, it's a prank, look at the camera, and everyone laughs and smiles and it's like, oh, that's hilarious, thank you for like pranking me or something. We'll just like hit people in the head with bags of shit, and when they start screaming and stuff, we'll just show them the camera and go, you're on YouTube, and then we'll all laugh and good times will be had.
Aquila, and round it goes to a trade and spin. Look at that. You're going from 0 to something else. Who do you want to trade with?
Green.
You got it. 70 points.
You mean you
yours,
don't want
and
red?
0 goes down.
Stupid fucking question. No, you know, I'd totally do that. Like, I'm the type of guy that's very vindictive and stuff. So it's just like, if I didn't like somebody on the other team, it's like, no, I'm gonna steal your points instead.
Oh, I gotta take 20 points up your score. Back to your spot.
I wonder if the kids have ever gotten confused and like taken the lesser score, and the host is just being like, really? Are you sure you don't want the other one?
You really, you fucking turd? You're gonna, like, working at McDonald's soon? Look at this little pose.
Wait till it lands. It's on.
Alright, trivia time.
All right, Devon, 50 points could be yours. You need the points back because you just got ripped off by the blue team.
Ooh.
How many poisonous birds are there in the world?
Poisonous birds. I know of one.
7 or 100.
Alright, it's gotta be 2 then.
9.
You say none?
I know of
Off
one.
by 2.
Yeah.
It's 2, Devon. I'm
I know
sorry,
that
you're
such a
wrong.
thing exists, but I have no concept of like how many there are.
And the Afrita from Papua New Guinea secrete a toxin in their skin, Punisher.
This isn't toxic, just really stinky.
It'd be awesome if it actually did smell.
Sticky indeed. And
Maybe
back
like
to
put some
Devon.
garlic in
All
it or
right,
something.
Up to the wheel and spin for red. You got 55 points. Let's make some.
Yeah, because it'd have to be something that, like, you could get in your mouth and your eyes and stuff and not do any damage.
Yeah, it's gotta be just like common food ingredients.
Some points and maybe we'll get them. Oh, you saw what happened to Devon.
So, does this compete with the Nickelodeon game show that you remember?
It's pretty much the same. I think they ripped it all
zeros
off.
follow the 1 in a Google? 20, 50, 100.
I think this was before Google. 1,000.
1,000?
1,000? No, it's 100. You're wrong, Devin. I'm so sorry.
I wish I had some Google to look up the Google.
He's the Googleplex Punisher.
You're lucky. I only have 1 bucket of slime.
He has to have just like a list of puns and stuff for the questions. Because, yeah, I highly doubt... He fucking missed all of that. I highly doubt that he's quick enough to actually come up with jokes as they go along. So just up there, there's like a giant list that you can see through his goggles of just puns for everything.
I don't believe it.
He could be the most comedic dude ever, for all you know, baby.
Red.
They just replace like the 2 guys or whatever where the Punisher starts reading the questions and stuff, and then this guy goes up there and starts pouring things on people.
Down it goes for blue, and it's gonna stop.
Where does your career go after being the host of this type of show?
Apparently nowhere, because I haven't seen anywhere else.
Well, since you only have 5 more points, you can get a few more of your own because each one of these questions is worth 5 points and you've got 10 of them. So are you ready to go? Yep. Starting now. Are the Oscars given out for film or music?
Film.
Film. Are the Grammys given for TV
Music.
or music? TV. Where does the Oscar the Grouch live?
Garbage can.
House. Spell Oscar.
O-S-C-A-R.
S-C-A-R. What color is Oscar the Grouch?
Green.
Yellow. Name another
She
character
really
in
doesn't
Sesame
know.
Street.
Big Bird.
Elmo. What kind of animal was King Kong?
Gorilla. You're a fucking idiot, kid.
Sorry, you missed a few there, but how did
She had no idea, like, what Oscar the Grouch was. He lives in a house, he's yellow.
Give him to Blue, and it's better than nothing, 15 points. Because it puts Blue...
Fucking kids, you know? All they do is not watch TV nowadays, or then-a-days.
That's all I did as a kid.
I masturbated.
That's good to know.
Points at this point in time, and it's going to stop on Mayhem.
Come on over here, April. Come on over here. We got some beehives in the audience.
The kids in the audience, just like participants.
What you need is a queen bee. So, every single queen bee you get inside the beehive, 10 points, maximum 50 points, 20 seconds. Go, 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 April!
Shouldn't they have fucking goggles too if you're shooting like slimy shit at them? It's like, you're in the audience, you don't really count. We don't have to worry about your safety.
I'm sure they all had to agree that by participating they agreed to get, like, coated and shit.
Lose your fucking eye.
Nothing! Nothing! You didn't get anything! And you're
Fuck, she sucks. She can't answer any trivia, she can't throw.
Work this time, maybe next time. All right, Red, Devin up to the wheel to spin for you. You got 50 points. You're only 20 back of the leader right now.
That was person in green, was that a boy?
That is a girl.
Or the one in red, I think, is the one who didn't know Roma.
Who do you want to trade
What?
with?
No, it's on the green.
You are now in the
I'm
lead
getting
for
really
the red
confused
team,
now.
and
It's okay, it's a kid's show.
one more spin for the final spin of the game.
Final spin of the game.
One more spin is trade and spin. I gotta take
So
one more
thank you
time.
guys for watching this Let's Watch of Uh-Oh, the Canadian kids reality show. Reality show? Game show. Who do you think's gonna win? I don't know what the points are right now. It's definitely not the green. They suck.
Well, the green had the most points and then someone stole it from them, so whatever the third color is. Not green or red. Blue?
Oh. What did she need to do? Oh.
Maybe that.
That one kid in the background just keeps getting hit in the head. That was it? 50 points?
All right, now it's the moment
Give the
you've all been
fucking kid
waiting
in the
for. It's time to
background
find
50
out
points for
who's
getting hit that many
taking it.
times.
Well, guess what? 120 points.
Oh, it's red.
Red team taking it home. Congratulations for taking home the only fight. We'll see you on our next
Red was the one that had like 35 or something earlier, I think.
Hubba bubba.
It's fun to blow big bubbles, and Hubba Bubba's available in 4 awesome flavors. Hubba Bubba.
I now want Hubba Bubba. It used to have so much flavor for the first 10 seconds, and then it had no flavor.
I always really liked the blueberry flavor in whichever one it was. I remember it was Hubba Bubba or Bubblicious.
Some audience members will repeat it to beat it with new jam guitar from Hasbro. Can you
Bop
keep up
it,
with the wrist and light?
twist
Even
it,
in double
shake
that what that
it.
is?
Nah, it's something like that.
The makers of
Anyway,
That's
thank
from the makers of Boppa.
yeah. Thank you all for watching. As I said, this is Uh-Oh, and this has been CJ versus AJ.
100% rabies free. So please, don't call animal control.